Welcome back. What is up? We are playing Great Qing in Victoria 3. Last episode, we vassalized Burma, and we also pushed through we pushed through colonial affairs, and we got to agrarianism, which caused us to have a pretty big bureaucratic deficit, so what we were mainly constructing was just admin centers, working on that. This episode, we are going to be pushing forward to railroad, trying to work on more industrialization and getting this under control. Currently, our colonies expand super fast because of our really large population. We're running a slight deficit, but if you look, we have a huge investment pool, so the second we start building stuff we can get the transfer from, we will be A-okay, and so this is not something to worry about. And also, after we research railways, we're going to go for central archives, or empiricism into central archives. The reason being, once we get central archives, we should be able to crank up to level 2 colonization. And so this is kind of the plan. We are going to be going for a world conquest run, as well as getting the Caretaker achievement and the Western Protectorate achievement. So this is kind of the overall plan, and we will continue along our merry way. We do want to, at some point, vassalize them. Wonder why we can't vassalize them at this current... because they're part of France's market, it looks like. Okay, that's fair enough. We have too much infamy anyways, and we have to wait for that to decay. So, that's kind of one of the things we're doing. I think we can go speed 4 here, because we can keep this construction queue going. Oop. Just kidding. But we are going to try and start building on the coast more so. The reason being, we are currently starting to run into a bit of problems in regards to infrastructure, which is why we're kind of beelining railroads now. Clothes are expensive, because for example here we have infrastructure problem, but we can just add a port. Notably here has the throughput bonus, not the other place. And let's take a look at... Yeah, so now that we're building stuff that we get the transfer from, plus 60k. Reserve break ranks. So we will stop trying to enact professional army because it's gone to 0%. This is not a problem. Normally we'd want to switch to per capita taxation, but it's not even profitable at this point because we aren't very efficient at tackling our pops. Among other reasons. We could switch to landed voting. Which would allow us to pull the head of government out of government, but we don't really care about that. But it also changes the way clout is calculated. Currently, we do want the landowners to get weaker as a general trajectory, and they're quite strong. So maybe we want to switch to landed voting. I'd rather have oligarchy, but I don't think we're going to get much support for oligarchy. So why don't we just begin the long tick towards this. And then maybe we get rid of autocracy. We'll see exactly how things develop. And we have to pause because we have to add construction. Wheat farms are nice because we do want to improve standard of living a little bit, and that is one of the things that they generally want. Beef farms. And also, we can build up, we can use the investment pool for that, and so that'll be pretty good. We have fixed our problem here, which is also good. And landed voting should take a little bit. We do want to try and vassalize these guys at some point. I guess we can do them right now. All play and no work. Reckless, alcoholic, traditionalist, commander, bandit, masterful, diplomat. He's actually kind of not that good, so fire him. So UK still mad at us. They are not huge fans of us. That's okay. We will have to force recognition at some point. So once we get a little bit stronger, we'll want to keep an eye on what's going on in Europe, because we can force recognition war on someone who is having a civil war, and they will generally just back down. I think we can up construction here. Going for places that have a lot of peasants currently. I think we can also really build up quite a bit of universities in order to try and push through tech a bit faster. So we'll just do this in the areas that are pretty well populated, but don't already have unis. I don't know why I pushed that to the front of the queue, but that's not a big deal. Good old gold mines. Perfect. We do have to get rid of one of our consumption taxes, it looks like. Don't know exactly what changed. We can also stop bolstering the armed forces. I think I prefer that. Well, landed voting is stalling out. So I guess we can switch back to professional army, except I don't think we can switch yet. So, yep, definitely reforming is a little bit slower, largely on the back of the fact that bureaucracy, it costs 3.6k bureaucracy to put it in institutions, so you've got to kind of be a bit slower with the institutions, I guess. It's kind of a good way to think of it. Well, this is going to take a lot of paper, though. Let's see if we have coastal paper. Guess I didn't think that through. We do have some coastal paper. Oh, it's not even that profitable, though. Maybe we have papers. We'll add a couple. Because I know this will increase the price of paper a bit. But hopefully not too much. Okay. Let's check our infamy. Reputable. We could start conflicts that don't cost too much. This is actually quite a bit. Let's improve relations with some great powers. I feel like that is generally a good idea. Because we do not want to get picked on. Let's see, how much this transfer is... Yeah, I think we're at a good equilibrium, because if you take a look at the investment pool, it's emptying by 145k, which is 10k more than what we got going on, so... get our first little uprising, which is generally a good thing for us. So now, we can declare a new interest, and we will do it here. We got our tech, and we are going to go for rails. Now, we can turn on sulfite pumping, I think, in a couple places. And how much sulfur is this taking? I think we have 5 sulfur plants, so that should be kind of a nice equilibrium. And we will want to make steel. And I think we can switch this over now. Famous last words. And we will want to make steel. So, let's find a coastal place that doesn't have any industry, that is also integrated. Okay. Yeah, running a sharp deficit now. But we're not getting any investment pool transfers, so we're okay with this for a little bit. We will want to build more wheat farms, I think. Want to take care that we don't go over it on the infrastructure. Make fertilizer a bit expensive. We can establish a colony now here. And the one place that only has regular malaria, we will be quick expanding there, because these ones will finish relatively quickly. So I probably want to research Quinine relatively soon, probably right after railways we'll go into Quinine. So that's going to be pharmaceuticals Quinine. But Central Archives, please. I guess we don't need it yet. Surprised this goes to war, but we will make short work of them. do want to get our paper over, so let's take a look. Where has infrastructure? I guess Hunan for the win. That will support these as well. I forgot this takes sulfur. Good to see them being cooperative. That'll be nice. These guys should capitulate soon. I think maybe we want more ships. A little tenuous balance. We're running effectively a 10k deficit. Because our investment pool is draining. Oh, well, now we're not running that anymore. Our investment pool is draining by a number that's larger than this. Yeah, so we are running a little bit of a deficit. You want peace. Prepare for war. Suppose maybe we'll go after them next. We'll put a port down so I don't forget. Be a nice place to get dyes from. Yep, we're gonna finish draining this in a hot second. Oop. I think that was... Did not mean to press escape for that one. But it was exactly what I thought it was, and now that our investment pool is completely drained, we are just in fact running a slight negative balance. Which, I would build more construction. Actually, I will build more construction, because I can afford a little bit larger of a balance. Just a little bit more. If you're having lead problems, I feel bad for you, son. I have 99 problems with lead as in lungwood. We will eventually want the convoys, so it's not too big a deal to be building the infrastructure now. And the colonization is going well. I think that the next institution we want is education, but we do want to increase the colonial affairs. We can go for this again. It's going to be a little bit rough to pass it, but it's fine. GDP is going up nicely. This is kind of going to be flat for a while until we start really building like a lot of clothes, which we're going to do after we get rails. Speaking of rails, we are going to need engines for this, so we will get those in the queue right now. I'll put one at the top in anticipation of passing that, and then yeah, it should be fine. They'll be done a little early, but that is fine. So we just want to have it handled. Let's take a look at our infamy. Probably start be a little naughty right now. That's a lot. But I do want... I'd rather vassalize Siam, but we can't. Unless we want to fight France. We can just vassalize this guy. Let's do that. Rising from the Puche. Oh no. We will also add to... Yeah, we want professional army for the morale. I think the morale change was done in this latest 1.1 patch, so it will make a little bit of a difference in terms of... doing stuff. Make some more gold mines. Definitely want to do that. Probably should have had them at the top of the queue, but it's not too big a deal. And we are effectively running a 35k deficit because we have to minus the investment pool transfer that we are gaining. I think now that we've finished all that sulfur, we can start swapping over. Yikes, we should have had... Okay, we can swap over one of these. Steel tools, because we have a bunch of steel that's not producing anything, and swap all these over to sulfide paper pumping and see if the sulfur can support it. Maybe it can't. We'll switch over like that. Let's take a look at prices in the market. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Well, the steel should ramp up. Yeah, the steel's taking care of itself. They back down, and so now it's time to make some wood. Let's get some hard wood. We're gonna look for peasant stuff that has a lot of excess infrastructure. It'll be nice once we don't have to worry about looking at this infrastructure too much. And professional army passes, which is great. We have fewer conscripts, but that's not too big a deal. We do need more convoys to support our guys. Oop, that's not what we wanted. Yeah, because this supply lane does not have enough. I think we already have one there. Everything's looking nice. Puja is, of course, gonna get rolled. Where do we put our steel? Okay. So I can swap over another guy. I'm gonna make 10 more. And we're gonna swap over another tooling workshop. One of the smaller ones. And we'll switch the rest over to the paper bleaching. I think we should be fine on the sulfur. The hardwood we're taking care of. But let's see if we can import it as well from Russia. We can. And Austria. Let's do both. Seeks to, why not? Popular commander. Wow, what a ridiculous thing to say. I think we can switch over to landed voting now. Or just kind of not a very big deal whether it passes or not. And I think, does this give us... No, dialectics is the one that goes between nuclei, but this is important. I think we're going for Central Archives here. And then Quinine and the like. So we still have a few more. Actually, we're going to run out of colonies before. Yeah, we have to go pharmaceuticals first. We're going to run out of potential colonies before we can colonize it. So that we won't even be able to make use of the higher level. And now we can make rails. Which is nice. We will handle the situation here with the port instead. Another port. That'll work out nice. Yeah, the reason we don't have enough convoys is because all these guys are all on this front, so why don't we have you stand by instead, or something like this? What is this? Indochina, what are you doing? Johor. We'd rather he didn't. Let's take a look at our mill versus his. 1300, he's probably got a better military than ours. I think we don't want to start rumbling with them just yet. Yeah, 2070, we don't. I was trying to exit out of the menu, but it just exited out of that. I really wish I knew which tech we just got. That's what the noise was. Probably military tech. Well, well, well. Now we might join against, Can't put anyone on the front, but we're hoping that he backs down. Sided with France. Well, shoot. Interesting that Great Britain's subject can side against Great Britain in the war here, though. Not sure what I think about that. We'll be able to get an interest there. Or get a colony there and then just having that interest. Where doesn't have a defended front? Alright, Mr. Popular. See if we can. We could actually just support a lot of unis because they're cheap and they just give a flat amount. I think we actually want to have a lot of unis because they give extra, just flat innovation and qualifications. I think we want to build them a little bit tall though. Going to kind of build one in a lot of places and then build them really tall where we're going to have a lot of manufacturing. Our interest get activated, so we will do that. Random voting is stalling out again, not a big deal. We just kind of medium want to pass it anyway. We do have professional army. Not really much we want to get through. Yeah. Just gonna chill. Hannibal, he is not doing okay. You get the war. Let's actually move into another one of these generals, because this is where the war goes at, so probably a little bit lax in this regard. Probably should have had more over here. I guess this is fine. Balance. You will raid some convoys, I think. Oh, we'll raid Francis. Some auto building going on. Clothing we didn't put in there ourselves. Or we might have actually. Now, are we running a deficit? We're just plus 32k, so we will add a ton of construction. It's probably a little bit too much. And we didn't kick it to the top of the queue because small brain hour. Oh, we get lucky and we get that front scuffed up, so now we're just pushing in through here, out of Johor. So should be able to maintain the status quo here, which is kind of a useful war for us because we're decaying infamy anyways, and so we get to keep these guys not part of the great powers, because taking stuff from great powers gives you a lot of infamy, and we have not passed the event horizon where we just decide that we are okay having 1,000 infamy or whatever the number is. Alright, what is expensive in our market for when all these finish? Coal and lead a little bit. Can we import coal? Alright, we'll import coal from the Austrians, and lead. Can we import lead? Import lead from the Austrians. We are going to need, I think, a lot more ports. Because I think that's the reason why the number is so low, and might as well expand some of these. Especially now that we can just up the infrastructure ourselves. We'll just add. And you guys are going to need it soon, so we'll just add it now. And we'll do one of these and actually just add a couple more. And one of these. Up to, I think, our current cap for... I'm not sure exactly what our current cap is for, what is it called? Throughput bonus? It's 20%, I think, is our current cap. And so, anything past that, actually, we could check here. Or we could check here, yeah. Yeah, 20% is our current cap. We can upgrade it once we get mechanized workshops. And shift work. So, just getting stuff up to level 20 is a pretty big deal. Faith knows no borders. I suppose I'm fine with that. Yeah, they are having some problems. Wonder how close we are to not spreading. Oh, we can switch to mobile artillery. Well, we won't do it yet. We will put down the port here at the back of the queue for when that finishes. Alright. What do we need in our market? Groceries are kind of expensive. And what else? Tools. We're already building more tools. I think we will set more of the glassworks to auto-construct. And add to a couple of them. Your max level port you are. Perfect. What else is expensive? Especially, yeah, we're gonna do the clothes. A ton more clothes. Okay. That's what we said we were gonna do. We're gonna get both of these up to level 21. And we're gonna give railroads preemptively. Alright. How's this war coming along? Kind of slow. Ooh, kind of losing ground here. Not ideal. Maybe we start switching some of these PMs over. And these guys. Let's see how our auto building looks. We want to make sure we are building industries tall. That way we maximize throughput bonus, or, yeah, throughput bonus. Oh, weird front split. Hopefully that's okay for us. We could also try for a landing on them. Don't think we're quite strong enough for that. Although we did, I forgot we added, yeah, to North China's thing. I think this guy's better. Sometimes I just forget what I'm looking for and just like zone out. We will solve your problem here in Hokkaido. 4 ports. Oh no! Terrible. It actually is. The timing's a little bit annoying. Do we have just extra troops sitting around somewhere? We don't. So we had to pull off of this front, so now we're kind of losing on the fronts, but hopes and prayers? I don't know. Perfect. Now we will research. Canaries is nice too. We will go for Quinine. I think we go for the tech, yep. And we got canaries. I suppose we could recruit a general to split up into smaller units. Not too big a deal either way. We are gonna have to build more iron ourselves, I think. Are these winding up? Yeah, this one's super profitable. It's a lot of iron coming in. I mean, we've got a lot of construction, a lot of demand for it. Gonna add a little bit of our own iron to the queue, I think. I guess the amount doesn't matter as much, or the infrastructure. The peasants now. Should make pretty short work of them here. I think, do they have regular, yeah, just regular malaria? So Quinine will make this pretty quick. New deck, new interests. Because we did build more navy. No, not yet. They still gotta wind up. I built 10. So it takes a while for navy to wind up, like a long while. And this... running quite the negative here. I guess we could try and, yeah, we're gonna need to decrease the price of iron here. Which we're working on, but... every place I know not to be a colony, maybe we should have iron and have it auto-expanding. Oh, yikes, 50%. We're starting to run into it a little bit here. We're having a hard time employing. Why is that? I guess guys are just dying. Maybe I shouldn't be switching PMs mid-fight in a couple spots. Yeah, just a bunch of open fronts there. Looks like we're making progress, though, overall. Or they can't... or they made progress, but they don't have the war goal. Don't like that. I didn't realize that they had that war goal against us. So we're actually gonna do some of this activation of conscripts here. I'm trying not to lose this war. Let's see. So it's coming up in price, I guess, a little bit. Probably build more clothes. I think we got both of them to 21, which is the max. Oops, that should have been on up forever ago. Oh no. Well, we just won't capitulate, I guess. Right, because we don't want to pay 10% of our income out. They'll probably wipe pieces out as well. Oh, we might be able to recover this ground here. Get rid of that ticking war score. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. It's not our revenue, that's a... I'm not sure exactly what changed to make this such a big negative. We are starting to pay a ton on interest. I think they'll just increase the taxes to max level. Which will hurt a little bit, but yeah, it's fine. It's all fine. No need to worry about it. Yeah, that's less fine. Or is it? I mean, if we can push them out, I think the way it works is that this war goal will stop ticking for Johor. Yeah, we're not winning those fights. Interesting. Okay. Well... Oh, we have a shortage of clippers. I think for now we can import them though. And we're just looking for a white piece. Which I think we'll be able to get, but why are we have a negative ticking war score? What's the war goal that they could have... What? They don't have our capital. Oh, is it just the Johor war goal? That's not ideal. Poor pain. I thought this was going to be a low risk war. It's turning out not so much. See that? Are you getting over? No, you're not getting over the throughput bonus. So we can do this though. I think we'll just do some of this in there as well. We'll just do this, actually. Just all the way to 21. And keep an eye on if they'll accept white peace, because we don't want to pay. So this went... Oh, they have so much gold reserves. It's a race against time, I guess. Even abolitionists. I think abolitionists is okay for us, so. Alright, sweet. I guess the white peace thing just ticks up a lot because they're just stalling out here. Even though we're ticking down quite a bit. Because they have the war goal, apparently. But they don't have our... Alright. We at least speed bump them, I suppose. Well, we're gonna check our infamy. So our infamy is quite low, but for now I'm going to call it a session here. We fought Baguette, trying to prevent them from picking up Johor. We were not able to do that. That kind of happened this episode. We also, this episode, got railroads and got things going. Industrialization is going quite well. You know, we're working on more techs. The tech is starting to speed up as well. We probably build more unis to speed it up even more. If we look, take a look at our research rate. Weekly innovation is 91, and we are getting base value and literacy, and then also, you know, a lot of that base value is from having all these unis, and it is limited to 91, so we are at our 91, it seems. I'm not sure how to increase the innovation cap. Oh, by increasing our literacy, fair enough. So maybe we'll try and pass schooling a little bit next episode, but for this episode, we're working on the industrialization. Mechanized workshops is a big one to be spreading. We're working on Quinine, and the colonization is going quite well, and so are the railways. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.